think I understand. And this is kind of stuff that we should look at with some importance because I learned it by just being there. I learned it just by being there. But I think I get it now. I really do. I think I get it now. And this story happened by accident. It was break time. And I had me a cup of coffee. So I just wanted to sit down in the break room and put my head down. But when I came in on a conversation with some very young women. Very attractive. Probably like 21 to maybe 30. Just around the age, because I don't know them well, but they're my co-workers. And whatever they was talking about, and just trying to put it in a picture when I walked in, I just was stunned by what I heard. I don't know how the conversation started, and really don't care. But I was exposed to some truth and some ideas that we as black men should be looking at. But I think I understand them more. I use profanity on my channel, so I'm not going to talk about that. But let's just say when you come into a room and there's F-bombs being dropped and slang being mentioned, and it kind of irritates you to see young women talking that behavior. I'm not surprised by it, but it just was 4 young women. Well, quickly turned into 3, which tells us that somebody left. But they were talking about black men. And because I came into the room, you could see it was going off when I came in. So of course they toned it down. I'm a much older fella, and I'm 56. Just turned 56, actually. I mean, a few days ago. But sometimes when you to a point where you're frustrated, you just want to sit down and not hear that kind of noise. But I want to enjoy my coffee, so of course I was already upset about this non-stop furlough. So like I did just now, but I started to interrupt. But I said no. I just looked up at the television because they had to turn it down, and I was going to turn it up. I said no, just put my head down. And as I listened, of course they lowered their voices, but out of the 3 girls that was left, one of them was intended to prove a point when she was discussing her man, or the black man, period. So I just put my head down. And they say, hey, I forgot which one to say because I wasn't looking. It's like, hey, Mr. Beth. I said, I'm doing all right. How y'all doing? And she said, doing just fine. So I'm going to keep my girls straight. I said, okay, well, she said, y'all go ahead. I ain't paying no attention, but I was lying. But the most upsetting thing was, of course, about the one firing off on her man. Let's just try to put it to it like she said. I got to do what I have to do. I have to be strong because he ain't. First bomb drop. And she's like, yeah, I understand. Because my trifling ass, boom. So you get where this was going. And I was just back there laughing. But I understand. They said, Miss Beck, can we ask? I said, hold on to regard. They don't want to be in there saying the things that they were saying. But I said, no, go ahead. Hey, it's not bothering me. Hell, I might learn something. That's how I was led in the door. That's how I was led in the door. And then the conversation was going right back to the level that it was before I came in. And the one thing I agree with, the next thing, I want to say one thing I agree with, the first thing I heard that made some sense, hurts me to say it. Sometimes, but it's the truth. And the young lady said, all black men have been punked out. Think for a second. That is the truth. You know why she said that? She said, because I got to protect my daughters from people like them. The thugs, the gangsters. They don't stand up for us when we're hurt, when we're troubled, financially, emotionally. It's like are reversed. That's what hit me. And that hurt me. Because it was the truth. Many times when you see black men, they're being cut down by their women. But that conversation was supposed to be heard by a black man. It's what they feel. That's heartbreaking. To no longer your own women don't even believe in you. If that doesn't bother you, I don't know what will. If that doesn't encourage you, I don't know what will. That hurts me to hear. And I said, well, yeah, let it be. I mean, we do have some strong brothers. She said, they can't stay their ass out of jail. They can't be there to support me. And I need my daughter's father, but I got to do every goddamn thing. Boom. That's how young women feel. That's why they so loud, vulgar, because they feel like that's the way to be. Because we won't stand up for them. Because we won't get our shit together. And of course, for one of the guys, I don't think he's going to be in jail long, but whatever the case may be with that, it wasn't even pertinent to what I was here, but that's the best example I could tell you. That's it. We got our black women feel like we ain't coward and ain't even trying to do better. That's the message. That is the message. Based off 3 young black women. Can't be over 30. They all look good. Well, I just walked in at the wrong time or the right time. Because a black man heard that day, me. And I didn't even try to disagree with him whatsoever. I didn't even try to debate. Every now and then they say, ain't that right, Mr. Betty? I'll bust out laughing or I'll laugh up under my breath. I didn't want to destroy the evidence, if you may say. I didn't want to minimize it. I need to hear that too. She said, Mr. Betty, it's like, I guess you're trying to, rationalize it, but she said, it's like the roles are reversed. She said, we have to act like men because they acting like, that's like bitches. Sounded so good, she said it twice. That hurt. But the reason why she's so loud and vulgar is because she feels like that's the way I have to be strong. I can't count on them for shit. That's her daughter's father, a black man. And they feel like they gotta be strong because y'all ass them punked out. And that's the truth. You don't even want to try to do anything for your family. You sit around driving around bullshit about whether that's your daughter. You go into jail, you quit, you can't keep a job, and your ass is just straight up traffic. If that don't straight up traffic, if that don't hit you or motivate you, I don't know what will. But the black women feel like they have to take on the world because you have bowed out. You have punked out. And that lady was right. That young lady was right. And she probably was middle range between the two. There was one younger who was like, well, I get it. They have to fight. Because you don't even want to put forth the energy to try to help her or help the black women. You basically have punked out. So she is right. The roles have reversed. We have become the men and black men have become the bitches. And that's a goddamn shame. From Sonny James.